My name is Roman Oleyaworsky, and I'm being interviewed. Hello, everybody. You can hear the ocean in the background. We're in Miami Beach. I'm an author and an astrologer, shamanic medicine practitioner. And I have a unique history that has allowed me to offer clients and people interested in moving forward a path. And that path is to reconnect to the heart. A lot of therapies and a lot of Western systems try to understand things through the head. And I wrote the book, Being Centered, to address that, to show that the path to the heart is actually a much faster means of healing. And that path involves reconciling some of the differences and wounds and everything else that have occurred in childhood that we carry in baggage. And there has to be a way to release that baggage. And I found a profound method to do it in the heart, at an energetic level, at a level of self-acceptance, and at a level of getting halfway to spirit, and then allowing spirit to help you through the rest of the journey. Part of the difficulty I had, because I was both a mentor for people, a spiritual counselor, that people didn't have access to the information of how to heal. They try to be good yogis, they try to move forward by doing things that were expected of them. But very few people had access to what you really need to do to move forward. And to move forward, you have to be real. You have to become a human being again. But there's not a lot of self-help books to tell you how to be a human being again. And what I looked at in terms of spiritual books and a lot of incredible books, but you have to be a yogi to understand them, is that they're not really accessible. You have to go to this path or join this group and spend years doing sadhana. And it's all very good. But what sadhana is getting rid of the baggage. So there are shortcuts of how to get rid of the baggage. And part of the reason for writing the book was to have a readable understanding of what those shortcuts are and what your stance needs to be to move forward. And that shortcut is the heart. It's about self-acceptance. It's about living your life for yourself. But it's to take advantage of what the heart offers, because inside the heart is your connection to spirit. Inside your heart is a connection to the divine inside of you. It's always there in every human being, but we ignore it. It comes through our feelings. It's why people are so fascinated by an infant, because they're totally expressing that shining from the heart. You know, they're laughing, giggling, crying, flipping around, moaning a little bit, poo-pooing and falling asleep, and only 60 seconds have gone by. And it's the courage of being in the heart that attracts us to an infant. Of course, we want to change them immediately, say dada, say goo-goo, all of that stuff. But the original source is coming out of spirit. We have that. All the great religions point to it, the shining, the light in the heart. And when you are able to take care of your heart, take care of your feelings, magic begins to happen. It begins by witnessing yourself taking care of you. And parts of you start to bob up and go, oh my God, what happened? Somebody's taking care of us. Little parts of you, young parts of you, start to notice, and their heads pop up, and recognition occurs that someone's taking care of them, you. It's safe to be alive again. So the next thing that happens is trust, because somebody's taking care of you and it's you. And it's trust that opens the doors. It's trust that begins to say, hey, I can be more alive. I'm not going to be rejected. Somebody's taking care of me. It's me now. So this path of healing is much faster than trying to understand what happened to you in childhood. This path of healing accelerates almost logarithmically every time you have success witnessing yourself moving forward. Because now you're using the heart. Now you're regaining acceptance of yourself. Magic happens. And this path of healing is very fast. We apply this kind of path with our clients. The book largely focuses on it. And this book is rather unique, because originally I wrote it for counselors, because it looks at feelings from a perspective that is unique and new. I know a number of people are writing their PhDs on this book. It looks at the difference between feelings and emotions. And there's a huge difference, because feelings come directly out of the heart. Emotions are what happens when feelings get hurt and we feel the separation from the heart. And that's when healing has to take place. Well, I remember when I was writing this book, I started to look at websites on addictions and so forth, and they were separating things into good emotions, bad emotions. And that's the big lie in the Western world. All emotions are bad. If you have positive emotions, hey, you're a nice guy, you're not living your life. It's really, are you living the feelings coming out of your heart, or are you getting stuck in emotions? So this book tells you what to do about it in very practical steps. And that approach I've taken into transforming astrology too.